Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. NFL season win totals. They're out already. The South Point here in Las Vegas at the south end of the Las Vegas Boulevard. They came out first with them. They put their season win totals. Kudos to them. We've seen some movement in some of them. One of the guys that jumped right away, and this was to be expected, they hung an opening number on the New England Patriots of 11 wins. Now, this is a team that wins every year, and last year they went over this number of 11, missing Brady for 4 games. So I was surprised that they brought it out at 11. It's already up to 12. Maybe they should have brought it out at 12, but I know that 12 is one of those numbers we talk about in baseball. Like, you can only make an over-under on a game so high and so low. Right. And, how high can you make a game because if you come out at 12, you're going to have some of the sharps that are just going to bet the under because so many things can happen. You got to get to 13 to lose that wager. What do you guys think of that one?
I'm going to just throw one more point into that. The opposite was true as well. They opened the Browns so low, and they had to move it up because they got so much action going from 3.5 to 4 because you don't move a number as low as.
This morning it's up to 4.5.
Okay, again, so the same thing. Your tops and bottoms, they squeezed them in a little too tight where they needed to expand them. But again, that held true with both the worst team and the best team. People are betting over on both.
Yeah, you rarely find a number at 4. I think it's the first time I've seen a 4, as bad as the Browns have been over the years. Normally, you're getting about a 5.5 as your worst team, 5 in that range. So you would think your best teams would probably be 11. When you're going to have the general public betting New England over and the pros betting New England under, 11 might have been a little low. 11.5 I could have seen, but at 12, I don't think there's a whole lot of value at 12.
Ralph, I know that you looked at these pretty detailed already. Anything jump out to you?
Yeah, I want to advise our viewers that the college win totals and the NFL win totals are 2 separate animals, so you cannot handicap them the same way. The NFL is a game of parity. I compare from the NFL top to bottom is similar to like the SEC West. One division in the SEC is about your best to worst team, where you may have about a 17-point spread. So I look at teams that it overachieved or underachieved in 3 different categories. Number 1 is turnovers. When a team turns the ball over 12 times in a season, minus 12 turnovers. So they might be minus 20 and plus 8. So the net difference is minus 12. Those teams that are 12 or more always increase their record by an average of 70%. You don't have that bad luck happen that often. The other one is yards per game. When you look at yards per game, people can score in funny ways. You can get down to the goal line and have a 99-yard pick 6. But when you're moving the ball consistently, that team tends to bounce back more to normalcy. 2 teams I want to bring up last year. You might think New England at 14-2 was best. They were plus 59.8 yards per game. Arizona was number 1 in the NFL, plus 61.6 yards per game. And the New Orleans Saints were just behind the Patriots. The Patriots were 14-2, the Saints were 7-9, yet the Saints were plus 50.6 yards per game. That translates almost into a 10-win team there, but they only won 7. The other I like to look at are teams that made huge jumps or huge downfalls. Since 2006, there have been 42 teams that improved by 6 wins or fell off by 6 wins. None of those 42 teams continued those winning ways or losing ways. And an example, Tennessee was 3-13 in 2015. They were 9-7 last year, so they were plus 6 wins. When you increase by 6 wins, again, no team since 2006 has increased by 6 wins and then increased again. So they were a 9-7 team. Their over-under win total is 9. To me, that's an automatic underplay. Again, you can't expect them to increase again. Another situation I like are the Jets. The Jets were a 10-win team 2 years ago, 10-6. They fell back to 5-11. The Jets were only minus 13 yards per game. That's like an 8-8 team. Within that 10-yard range, they only were 5-11. They were minus 20 turnovers, second most in the NFL. 3 big factors with the Jets. They're my top prop, my best bet over on the Jets. They're over 5.5, and I think there's incredible value.
All right, good stuff. And they're currently still at 5.5. You can get that at minus 120 on the over 5.5 at South Point. So good stuff there. And guys, check it out. If you want to get $2 Tuesday at WagerTalk, every Tuesday we pick one capper and we make his best bet just $2. It's a great way to introduce yourself to a new capper or just to introduce yourself to WagerTalk. Check it out each and every Tuesday. It's $2 Tuesday at WagerTalk. Hope you enjoyed this week's videos. We'll be back with more videos next week. As always, best of luck. We'll see you next week.